stuff. Come and check it out. I'll put the links below when the videos are ready to go.
All right, welcome to Kingmaker 365. In this video, I'm going to break down the whole story behind why we're doing it, what we're doing, and why you should follow along for what's going to be an incredible journey, unlike anything else that you've seen on social media. It's going to be really exciting. Let's get stuck straight into it. So, welcome to, today's actually day 4. For complete transparency, today is day 4. I'll explain to you why we didn't film these on day 1, 2, and 3. And then from now on, every day I'm going to do a video per day to break down what's happening in each day, all the things that you don't normally see on social media, because everyone keeps things nice and tidy, nice and clean, pretending to be things that really we all know what life is like. And my whole idea behind the Kingmaker 365 and the idea behind broadcasting it out to you every single day is that I'm really conscious, and I have probably one fear above everything else. And that is that I'm afraid to be a fraud, to not actually be true and be everything that I can be. And I don't want to be one of those people that pretends to be something that they're not. Because especially in the coaching space that I'm in, the coaching industry is one of the most fraudulent industries ever, because you've got people selling things that they don't do. They sell a lot of theory stuff, but they are not the person that they proclaim themselves to be. And what I wanted to do is actually bring some genuineness to this process and to this industry and to just the way that I do things, because in this process of this 365, I actually want to show you the fact that I struggle, the fact that there are some days I just don't want to do this shit, that I genuinely wake up and I have to sometimes force myself to do the things that I want to do. And in order to be successful, we have to be disciplined, but actually what does that look like day to day? And I wanted to do this almost like put myself through the most arduous accountability exercise, where it's going to be in front of everyone, where me failing, me being imperfect, me being vulnerable, me just not being special would be out there to the world, for the world to see. And there's a couple of reasons behind this. Number one is not that I actually think that I'm special, but we do fall into the trap of pretending to be something that we're not, feeling like we need to go online. We just our best self, and getting people to believe that we don't suffer, that we don't struggle, we don't go through hardship. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. Looking forward may be a bit of a stretch, but I'm willing to do that because of what I actually want to build. I know that the Kingmaker work is freaking powerful and it's great, and I want to connect with people. And vulnerability is something that I've struggled with for a long time, because of the belief of saying, hey, if I actually show the vulnerability around actually everything that is going on, that and if you're a coach, you might relate to this, that people will reject you, people will not work with you, that people will think certain things of you. And so it's going to be a personal challenge of mine to actually put myself there. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is in the hope that by me doing this and all of this and leading by example, that it will inspire just one person to believe in themselves just enough to actually have confidence. And this is something that one of my online mentors, Brad Lee, has actually given me the confidence to do, to actually say, hey, actually be yourself and allow yourself to fully be you, and to back your thing, to be confident in whatever you're doing, that the right people will find you, that your vibe will attract your tribe, but also that you're not for everyone, and the right people will find you, and that you are the content, and that you don't need to create content, but you need to document content. So there's a lot that is actually gone into this thing, and this is why I wanted to do it on a put it all on our YouTube channel, because this is going to allow us to go into detail and to actually explain it on a long format, because sometimes on Instagram it's more about the reel and just a quick bite and all of that, whereas this, we want it to be something that went a little bit deeper. So if you're going to be the 1%ers that are going to watch the full thing, I appreciate you. Just know that I'm actually really grateful for your support, and if you would just like and subscribe and be part of this, just know that there's not going to be anyone else that replies to your comments. There's no one else that is going to respond to a message online or whatever. It's going to be me. It's one of the things, although we have people involved in our team to do certain things, that part will always be me for as long as I can physically manage it. Which means it might take longer, it might take less, it might not be perfect, but it will be me. So just so you know, because I value the fact that you're spending time with me on this, and all of this, it's so that somehow through the imperfections, through the realness of it all, you might be inspired to actually go after your dreams, to be the greatest version of you, to be your higher self, and the best version of you is your king and your queen self. Because once you step into that version of you, and hopefully through this journey, what does it actually look like to be your greatest self? Is it just butterflies and rainbows and easy and flawless every day? Or is actually going to be the reality that it's going to be difficult, it's going to take commitment, it's going to take discipline? What does that discipline look like when you travel the world, when you have 2 kids, when you have a relationship, when you have clients in a successful business? What does it actually look like to stay committed and to actually show up and do? I'm looking forward to doing something different. Go behind the scenes. I've got extra cameras, we've got things and that that's going to show you behind the scenes, because I don't know, I feel like that's going to be really exciting to see what it actually looks like. And from my point of view, it's scary, because there's a 50-50 chance that I might be able to make it through every single day. I'm going to show up and I will make it through, but over the course of 365 days, that's not something that everyone can do. And my previous record, and I'll tell you a bit of the behind the scenes story around the Kingmaker 365, it actually started in 2021. It was the first few years of my coaching business, and I realized that if I wanted to be who I said I wanted to be, and truthfully be everything that I could be for myself, but also for who I was selling online, I had to go to a different level. I had to become a higher version of the guy that I'd known my whole life. And in order to do that, I realized that there were things that I had to, there were identities and parts of me that I had to let go. And this is why I'm so passionate about identity. This is why I do a lot of work with clients around identity. Because in order to go somewhere, you have to leave where you are. It makes sense, right? When we talk about in terms of travel, it makes sense. But now think about it in terms of life, a life destination. In order for you to go somewhere new, you need to let go and leave behind who you've been. I'm not saying every part of you. No, I'm saying the parts of you that are holding you back, and the parts of you that are actually hindering your success. For me, those parts of me were certain laziness, a certain identity around weight and physical performance and fitness and what I could do. So what I decided to do was, in 2021, I decided that I would run every single day. Now, I didn't set a target of how far, how long. I just said, I'm just going to run every single day. Why? Because for me, I had this block that said, hey, I couldn't possibly do that. I couldn't possibly run every single day. I couldn't possibly not take a break. Wouldn't my body need a rest? Wouldn't my muscle need, a day off? What about overtraining, overrunning, overdoing it? What about all that stuff? And because it was such a strong thing for me, And it was such a strong thing as well, because I was the kid that grew up overweight, that as soon as I would run 20 meters, I'll get a stitch. It wasn't me, right? The story in my head, it wasn't who I am. And I could never do that. It's just, I can't do it. But see, here's the thing. If I was gonna be a coach, and if I was gonna put myself out there, and I was gonna tell people that they could be everything they could be, and I was selling this idea of working on your mindset, being confident, then how could I live with myself if those were the things that held me back? And so I decided to go right where I struggled with the most, and I put myself voluntarily through it, and I got to 272. So that was my number. I was consistent until then. Now, for full disclosure, the reason why I didn't continue was because I got injured, because I was a bit stupid about it. And I thought, wow, I'm running every day. I'm leaner than I've ever been. I'm faster than I've ever been. I'm going to start to do other things. So I did an ultra marathon in there. I got injured because I wasn't as prepared and planned and trained and strengthened. And then after that, I decided to go and play soccer as well, football. And I got injured. I got plantar fasciitis. And so then I had to stop. It was a full stop. Mentally, I was good. So this time we're doing it different. This time we're going to a different level. Again, why? Do I feel like I need to do it? My ego gets involved and it says, nah, I don't fucking need to do this shit. I could just keep doing it. But part of me, my higher self, my king self knows that I need to continue to level up. I want to continue to level up. I want to go to the next level. I want to break down barriers. I want to stretch myself. And as soon as I say that, I feel that part of me is like, oh, we don't like doing that. And so there's this play inside, and it happens within you just as it happens within me, right? Where there is the king self, your higher self, your queen self, your best self, and then there is the little bit self. And it's a concept that we're going to be talking about at length throughout these journals, videos, daily vlogs, because it really, that's what's at the core of our results staying the same. That's what's at the core of your life staying the same. And I want, before I tell you what to do, before I get you to believe or trust anything that I say, I want you to have a look at my life. That is going to be the highest and best way for you to tell, hey, is this for me or not? And it might not be. I might be too intense. I might be too aggressive. I might be too physical. I don't know, whatever, right? But I want you to have at least one example. And not because I think I'm better than you. By now you should realize I'm no better than you. We're all even. It's just the things that we decide to do every single day. It's about our mental fortitude, our strength of mind, our identity, and the things that we show up consistently. Okay, because you might be watching this, and I hope you watch day 1 to day 365, that you can be on this journey with me to say, this fucker changed. Look at, and I've been part of the whole fucking journey, right? And there might be cursing, there might be swearing, there might be ups, there might be down. I might be aggressive some days, I might be a little bit not as aggressive some days. Why? Because I'd rather you see truth. And if you're here today, I can't wait to speak to you on day 365, to share a journey, to go on this journey with you, and for you to sweat through me. And if you then decide at any point that you might want to be doing this for you because you see something and you're like, I want more and I don't know what else to do, I want to jump in with this with you, then maybe there will be an opportunity. You're going to have to stay tuned. Right now, there isn't, because I'm not going to ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And I think that in a world full of coaches and gurus and life coaches, there's a need for an example. And I don't want to be the self-acclaimed coach or self-proclaimed kingmaker that isn't willing to live the life. And I never ask anyone to do anything that I'm not willing to do. And if I ever ask anyone to do something, it's because I'm willing and I go beyond. So listen, this video is gone for about 15 minutes. I have no intention, I have no idea what is going to come up. This is why we're putting on YouTube, because it's going to be longer form, and you be coming along to this journey. So I'm excited for what's coming. I'm excited for this journey, which is genuinely a 50-50. That's the reality of it. My ego saying, no, we're fucking smashing this, right? But my hope and my intention is I'm gonna show up for you guys because the camera's always gonna be rolling. There's always gonna be someone watching. There's always, I think if we live life with the mindset that we're always on camera and there's someone who's watching, then we need to stay accountable. And I ran away from accountability for years. When I ran my first business, I ran away from accountability. You know why? Because I was afraid of failure, and I knew that if I was held accountable, I would fail. And I would avoid accountability and I would run away from it as much as I could, because I had this belief that I would just fail. And it will bring up all the shame, all the guilt, all the insecurities, and all this story of like, yeah, told you, you were shit, you're not good enough. And those are all the limiting beliefs that I ran away from until I started doing this work. And now I'm 4 days into the Kingmaker. I know today's supposed to be day one, but I'm getting to the point where I want the accountability, when I want to run towards the fear, the scary, the failure. I want to run towards it and just say, okay, if we run towards it and we jump into it, what's going to happen? Am I really going to fail? Or is there a possibility that I actually rise? And that's a hope, because if you see me, I am no different to you. I am not special. I have nothing special about me. I am not natural. I just work hard at things. And that is a great thing for everyone, because I'm not doing 140 plus push-ups every single day because I'm special. I'm doing 140 push-ups every single day because I just do the work and I put myself through it, which means that there is no reason why you couldn't do it. And it's hard to see and hear that because it's just a reflection of the results that we're creating. And it feels hard when I see someone that makes millions of dollars, which is where I want to go, and they say, I'm not special, I just put in the work. Because then I look at that and I realize the work that I'm not putting in. So I understand it's hard, but we need that. And I'm hoping that you will stick around this journey. So listen, I would love your support. I love to know that you're watching this. I love to know that you're a part of this. I love to know questions that you might have. And I'm not gonna force you to ask them. I'd love for you to be part of this journey and just support it. Share it with someone that might need something, or just simply, if you can just leave me a comment to let me know that you're here. That will go a long way. Any DM to my stories on Instagram at the Kingmaker Coaching goes a long way, because yes, I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it to be an example and to bring people along for the journey. There'll be failures, there'll be heartache, there'll be pain, there'll be, who knows what this year is gonna throw up, right? Who knows what 2024 has in store? And we started this on December 1st because we wanna run into 2024. We don't wanna start on the 1st of Jan. We wanna start right now. And we have started, and we're not stopping, and we're gonna go to the end. We're doing 140 push-ups, burpees every single day, which means it's going to be over 1,000 burpees a week, which means it's going to be close to 52,000 burpees over the course of a year. I'm gonna dive into more in the next video about why that's exciting, why that's big for me, why that scares the shit out of me, but also it's gonna be a hell of a journey. I truly hope that you'll stick around and follow it. If you do choose to, man, I'd be super grateful. And my biggest thing right now is I want to build a community of people that are on the same energy, that are on the same vibe, that are on the same people that want the same things. So guys, thank you for watching. I'm truly grateful, excited for the next videos. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment below. I'll respond to you. I'll absolutely be grateful for it. In the meantime, until I see you in the next video, go out there, kick ass, shoulders back, chin up, and be a king out there.